Hi, uh, welcome to this video again. We continue our second video regarding the crane management ERP software, where we can now see this is a work order listing. This is the form that we are going to look at so that we further understand the concept regarding work order management. Work order is nothing but kind of a project management software where or a module you can say. Basically, this is where the project is going to be created and managed. So this is the edit screen where you can see currently there are no work orders because I have requested Mentec Greens for the software for a demo, but they insisted that they want their proprietary data to be removed from this demo, and they have no issue with demonstrating the software capabilities. So, with that going, we have cleared all the data. So, we have this kind of a fresh start with this software. So, we can create our own masters and everything. But let's start with the concept first, knowing what is a work order, and building on that concepts, we then start to create our own um uh, masters related to the work order. So directly jumping on to the work order section where we can create a work order and see what are the elements or what are the things necessary to create a work order. So as you here can see, a very kind of a very daunting or a complicated form, but it's not that complicated, obviously. So basically, this is a duplicate work order. If you have any previous work order which is similar to the current work order or current project, you can just select that work order and press on the duplicate button. Then all the data or the specifications related to that will be copied onto this form. You can create your own work order after that by clicking on this submit button. So let's start from the starting of the form. You can see here this is a work order number. This is, can be an internal number. This can be anything that internally you can have this number going. This was a requirement of the client that they did not want this number to be an automated number, but to be a manual number for their internal purposes. Okay. Uh, might be because they have their historical data going, so they want to continue their and they must have that control of this number. Okay, so this is just a number, a work order number through which they can identify a certain work order. Okay, so next is an order type. You can see here spares, supply, and modifications. So basically, management or cranes have generally three types of requirements as a project. Okay, one is a supply of spares meaning the spare parts of an older crane which has been commissioned and erected onto the site. So basically, uh, any modification to the crane, we need to supply some kind of a spares, or even any any additional requirement in regards to say some part is not working properly, or a service request will actually require a spares to be supplied. So basically, it's an order for a spare parts. Okay, so next section is the supply. Supply meaning actual crane. Okay, so generally they are dealing with these many types of cranes. If you can see here, these are crane types: double girder, single girder, jibe, cranes, electric wire rope hoist, transfer car. These are the type, basically the types of cranes, and there are many subtypes. For example, if I select a double girder, you can see this. They Medtech cranes basically are into more of EOT cranes and grabbing cranes. So there are basically this is a subtype of a crane. So uh, supply means the actual crane manufacturing, which is a custom manufacturing of this EOT crane, which can be a double girder or single girder or any type of a crane. Okay, and then the modification. Modification, as the name suggests, actually means that basically uh, any older project or a older work which have been submitted or erected by the Miltech cranes is under modification, or some kind of additional requirement on that project has been undertaken, and the project or the work order is regarding that modification. So, as you can see, some changes to the form happens after that, but generally, this is we are now going to deal with the supply chain. Okay, so let's move on to this. So now supply. Okay, and now we have selected a. Okay, okay, sorry. So the okay, so you can see here the selected supply. Then basically again this modification, and this is for the for the modification part and spare part, or miscellaneous is for the spare part. So we are going to select the supply, and next is erection. So basically commissioning is erection in the sense the crane is being manufactured at the manufacturer end, which is a Miltech cranes, and then the crane is going to be erected or commissioned onto the site of the where the requirement lies. So it means that you can select none also. Basically, sometime what happens is you supply with the cranes, and the erection part or the this part will be carried by the client itself. Okay, so you can select none also in that case. So this is a purchase order. Purchase order number is the number given by the client's purchase order number. Okay, so they will issue a purchase order for a certain type of specification of a crane, uh, and that purchase order number will be entered here. So this can be anything on the purchase order. So we are just inputting some kind of random data. So there are, if you can see, these are two numbers. One is a purchase order number. One is a site view. Basically, what happens in cranes is uh, there are two types of um, prices or an purchase order. One is manufacturing, as I told you. Sometimes what happen, you supply the crane and you don't actually erect the crane on the uh, client side because of some security or some other reasons. So client will do their own erection on their own end, or there can be an other party who is again a crane manufacturer who wants to outsource the work to Meltec cranes. So they will basically uh, uh, put out an order to Meltec cranes, and so that uh, they can they will raise a purchase order on their end, but the site and commissioning will be done by them. Okay, so in that case, uh, the site PO will be null, or there will be nothing in this. In our case now, we'll say ki this is a site PO. We'll put it S and some random number for our reference purposes. So purchase date, we can put this PO date again, this for the site PO. Okay. Type of the payment after the work, obviously, uh, or after the both. Enter the delivery dates. So basically, whatever the delivery date which has been agreed by both the parties, generally a crane might take 2, 3 months, even a year, depending on the complexity of the crane. So whatever the delivery date has been agreed, you have to put in that delivery date. GS submission date basically is a design submission because, as I told you, this is a custom crane. So the, this is kind of a project milestone. Okay, so first design has to be approved. So we select any random date right now, and then a GA approval date, which is the approval date of the client. Okay, so this helps in the project management basically. So the team knows when they have to submit a design and when they have to get it approved, so that the actual work or the actual manufacturing of the crane starts. And then a commissioning or the completion date, that we can say any random date like 24, which we have selected up there here, delivery date. Okay. But generally, the commissioning date and a delivery date is different, as I told you, because this is a site commissioning. Okay, we will supply all the raw materials and all the crane on this delivery date, and commissioning might happen a month or 15 days after that. Okay, even 10 days after that. So as you can see here, the value of the work, supply price, and then site price. As I told you, there might be two prices. One is the supply price of that crane, which is the manufacturing cost of that crane, and one is the commissioning or the site price when the uh, uh, crane is going to be erected. So these are the two payments, but generally it is considered as one. But we have to keep this as a two components for accounting reasons. Okay. So we'll put this figure, random figure like this, and for this we can say 10 lakhs, okay, and we can say create. So you can see all this buttons have now been enabled. Now one by one we can go through all those buttons in the next section. Thank you for watching this video. Uh, in the next section we'll go through all these other uh, buttons and sorry, the tabs basically, and I will go through all those sections and let you know what all those means, and then we will get to the creation of the masters basically. But we have because I haven't shown you how to create all this crane types and order types and customers, so we'll get into this in the next section. Thank you for watching this video and hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.